My name is Jonathan Bundy. I'll be filming my lab practical video for Kinesiology 2. I have Kelby Bundy here to help me out, and I have her signed release here. The case that we will be doing today is case T. So the motions that we will be testing are cervical flexion as well as lumbar flexion. For cervical flexion, I'll be using the tape measure method, and for lumbar flexion, I will be using the dual inclinometer method. Manual muscle testing, we'll be testing cervical flexion as well as trunk flexion. Kelby, hi, my name is Jonathan. I'll be your student PT today.
Hi.
Hi. So we'll be testing some strength and range of motion in your spine, in your cervical spine here, as well as your lower back area, okay? As well as some of the strength in your core as well as your neck. In order to do that, I'll need to place my hands on those areas, so around your head, your neck, your back, and even on your legs. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay. In order to more accurately assess the structures and be able to properly see what's going on, is it okay if we have you remove your shirt?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and do that for me. Okay, so this first thing that I want you to do, you need to go ahead and take your chin and touch it to your chest for me. How does that feel?
Fine.
Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of pressure here. You tell me if there's any change.
We're good.
You're okay? Okay, come back up. Okay, I'm gonna get a baseline measurement. I'm gonna measure from your chin to the top of your breastbone here. Okay, go ahead and touch your chin to your chest again. Okay, so she has 9 centimeters of cervical flexion. Normal range of motion in degrees would be about 50 degrees. Okay, for this next motion that I want you to do, go ahead and stand up for me. Stand right here where I am, okay? I want you to go ahead and bend down and touch your toes for me. Okay, any pain with that?
Nope.
Okay, a little bit of pressure here. You okay there?
Yep.
Okay, come back up. All right. Now I have previously made some marks on her back. I've got a mark at her S2 vertebrae as well as 15 centimeters above. And we can show that to you here. 15 centimeters as well as S2 here, okay? Okay, Kelly, whenever you're ready, go ahead and bend over and touch your toes again. Okay, and come back up. So she had 47 degrees of flexion. Normal range of motion would be 50 degrees of lumbar flexion. For this particular method, I subtracted the numbers since the bubbles were going in the same direction. Okay, Kelby, now we're going to assess some strength in your neck. Okay, so if I can have you lay on your back for me. Put your head right here on the end of the table. Okay, are you comfortable there? Okay, perfect. First thing I want you to do is just take your forehead and bring it straight up towards the ceiling. Think about coming up to touch my hand right here. Okay, any pain with that?
Nope.
Okay, come back down. Now this next time, I'm going to apply some pressure to your forehead. I want you to resist me, okay? So come back up, okay, and hold, hold, So that was cervical flexion. Muscles that we're testing there are bilateral sternocleidomastoids as well as scalenes and the longus colli muscles. A gravity minimal position for cervical flexion would be side lying, where I am taking the weight of her head and letting her move through that motion. Okay. And I forgot to mention, she was a 5 out of 5 for that test, and that test is graded on the normal 543 plus 3 scale on down. Yeah. Okay, Kelby, for this next test, I'm going to test some strength of your abdominals here, okay? So go ahead and straighten your legs for me. I want you to place your hands behind your head, come up and do a full sit-up, okay? I'm going to brace you here, okay? Go ahead and come up for me. Good. All right. Perfect. Any pain with that?
Nope.
Okay. So I would grade her a 5 out of 5 for that test. The grading for that test is a little bit differently. A 5 out of 5 would be hands behind the head. A 4 out of 5, if she's able to do the motion, would be hands across the chest. 3 out of 5 would be hands behind by the side. A 2 out of 5, there are 3 different ways to do that. One is she can do partial range of motion. The other is if I can see her ribs depressing with the motion. And the other way she can get it to is if she can forcefully exhale while I'm holding her up into partial flexion. And then a 1 would be just a palpable contraction of those abdominal muscles. The muscles that we tested there were the rectus abdominis, as well as bilateral obliques, external and internal obliques, and a little bit of help from the psoas major and minor. And I believe, and there is no gravity minimal position for that particular test. Okay, and that's all I have for you.